Welcome to the Port of Palm Beach, located in Revere Beach, Florida. I'm Yaremi Farinas, the Port's Public Information Officer. Have you ever wondered exactly what goes on here at the Port? Well, from now on, we're going to be giving you an inside look at the businesses operating at the Port of Palm Beach. Our new Tenant Spotlight segment is aimed at better helping you understand the local maritime industry. This month, we are featuring a company called South Florida Materials, which operates the diesel fuel and asphalt terminal located just west of the Sky Pass Bridge.
My name is Eduardo Palenzuela. I am the terminal manager for South Florida Materials Corp. I manage the facility, make sure that everything comes in and everything goes out.
Eduardo Palenzuela has spent the last 16 years operating the liquid asphalt and diesel fuel terminal at the Port of Palm Beach, a location he says he wouldn't give up.
Because it's centrally located and we can serve customers to the south and to the north of us.
This drone video gives you a better idea of what the terminal looks like. The big white tanks are for storing diesel fuel, the capacity for both 150,000 barrels. Then you got the silver tanks that hold liquid asphalt. All of the tanks combined can hold 200,000 barrels of liquid asphalt.
An asphalt tank looks something like this. This is one of our biggest tanks. It's a 54,000 barrel tank.
Palenzuela says the liquid asphalt stored in the tanks come from refineries all over the U.S., and some of the loads even come from foreign countries.
The liquid asphalt is used to build or refurbish roads that are under the Department of Transportation. So anytime you drive on 95 or the Turnpike, asphalt is what is used to surface the road.
Asphalt is also used to surface parking lots, playing courts, and for roofing projects. It's transported to the port by rail car or by barge.
The vessel is very expensive to operate, so when they come, they want to come and get out as quickly as possible.
This aerial shot captured when a load of liquid asphalt arrived at the port.
The name of the barge is the Arcadia. The Arcadia is bringing us a lot of asphalt, and as you could see, it is connected to a hose, 10-inch hose, to their manifold, and when they pump through that hose into our piping system, which is connected to our tanks in the terminal, which is about half a mile away.
Palenzuela says the underground pipelines that are used to transport the product from the dock to the terminal are tested once a year per the United States Coast Guard requirements. As for these metal pipes in the tank farm, Palenzuela says employees inspect them every day to make sure the pipes are not leaking.
Our employees are all very well trained in how to safely handle the product.
Especially since the temperature of the asphalt can range between 300 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Those are the heaters. There's two of them that keep the asphalt hot.
Palenzuela also showed us the automated gauging system that shows him the information he needs to know about the material.
You see the top number? That's the level of the product in the tank, and the bottom is the temperature of the product inside the tank.
After storage, the asphalt is transferred from the tanks to a tanker truck.
And then you just put your foot on the dead man switch, and then you press this button here.
The asphalt is then distributed to the company's customers. But before that can happen, the asphalt has to pass performance tests. The tests are conducted right here at the port at the South Florida Materials Lab.
And so the state of Florida requires that every month we have to test our products, make sure they're meeting the specs.
Asphalt products technician Michael Scarborough says the testing process is time-consuming and tedious. First, they have to get a sample from the tank using this valve.
The thing about asphalt is it looks the same cold and hot. So you don't know until you touch it. So that's why you always have gloves around.
Then they run a short-term age test for an hour and a half. The next process takes almost a day. Scarborough showed us the pressure aging vessel they use to predict the asphalt's lifeline.
Okay, so this is our 20-hour conditioned asphalt. It's been oxidized and pressurized for 20 hours. Again, this is to simulate about what the asphalt's going to look like in 5 to 8 years. We will then scrape this residue out of these pans right here. We will degas it in a vacuum oven.
From here, the asphalt then undergoes a bending beam rheometer test.
This is going to be used for a beam of asphalt, and it helps us determine the low temperature of the asphalt. This goes into the freezer for 5 minutes, so it's easy to demold. This is our freezer over here. So I'll take this, assuming this has asphalt in it. I don't have any asphalt to pour into it right now. This would go in here for 5 minutes. There's our 5-minute timer. We would take it back out. I would disassemble it. Take these apart, split it apart. There would be a beam of asphalt in there, which is this thing right here. It goes into this alcohol bath at minus 18 degrees Celsius for an hour. It has to be in here for an hour, and it's very time sensitive, so it can't be an hour and 5 minutes, it can't be 55 minutes. As soon as it's an hour, you have 10 seconds to run the test, because you're conditioning it at a very, 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 very low temperature, and you'll get what's called steric hardening. The asphalt will change at a molecular level that it cannot recover from if you freeze it too long. So this is a very time-sensitive test.
It's then placed on the loading rack.
This applies a load, and then it reads the data over here on this computer screen.
On top of monthly tests, South Florida Materials also conducts weekly tests to ensure the asphalt leaving this terminal is safe to use on our roads.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you'll join us again next time we showcase another one of our port tenants.